Diamonds on fleek. Ain't talking about heat. Put it on. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video will be a get ready with me work makeup edition. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how I put on my makeup for work. This is the look. I don't do anything too drastic. I keep it cute and simple for work. Also, during this video, I'm going to talk about just getting over like a failed relationship, depression, ending an engagement, and moving on with your life, girl. Because honey, there is a life after breakup, okay? Not the end, sis. So y'all, I really have been wanting to do this video for a while. Back in 2017, I was engaged. Well, actually I got engaged in 2016 and it ended 2017. So I'm just going to give y'all a recap of what happened. I'm going to briefly go into the story of like my engagement, my depression, and how it didn't work, and then the video will transition into me applying my concealer on top of my foundation. So basically, y'all, back in 2016, I was engaged to this guy that I had met in college, right? So we met 2007, and we were freshmen in college. Young. I was 18, he was 18. We dated a little bit in college. You know how college is. You meet somebody, you date them, you break up, you date new people. That's just how it goes. So we dated in college. It didn't get like extremely serious. After college, we went our own ways. He didn't finish college. He actually went to the military, and I graduated college in 2012. So from 2012, fast forward to 2016. 2016, we reconnected. So he was telling me about how he had did his 4 years in the army. He didn't want to re-enlist. He wanted to rekindle our old flame, honey. Want that old flame back. So I was single at the time, had been through some bad guys that were like not good for me. So I'm like, okay, sure, I can do this. We can try to get this thing back cracking again, you know. We began dating 2016, long distance for like 2 months, because he was in Texas and I was in Atlanta, and he came down to Atlanta. We got serious in September. In November, baby girl, he proposed. Since that was fast. That was very fast for him to propose to me, being that we had not dated since college, and I'm no longer the same girl that he met 2007, 18 years old on campus. At that time I was 26 going on 27, 9 years later. But we got together and just realized like we are not the people that we once were in 2007. I'm gonna be honest, it really does hurt for somebody to tell you, oh, you're not the person I once thought you were. It makes you be like, well, like, what's wrong with me? At the time, not really registering in my head, like, sis, you done growed up, you done glowed up, you done matured. You're not gonna be the same woman. If I was the same woman that he met in 2007, in 2016, that would be like an issue. Like, why would I be the same person? But anywho, he came home with me. He proposed. I didn't know it was coming. He did it in front of my family, and it kind of was like, where is this coming from? Like, we had talked about marriage, but baby, we just started dating in September, and in November you asking me to marry you. But at the time we both felt like, well, we've known each other since college and it makes sense, but we had grown to just be different people. And in that period of time of us being engaged, I saw where he had been writing girls on Facebook, his exes, asking them about relationship issues as it pertains to us, and something that I feel like you do not do in a relationship. You do not go to other people to get like advice. Well, you don't go to your exes to get advice on your relationship. Like, why would you do that? So he did that, and his best friend was a girl, which, okay, cool, she was a girl. One of her friends had came to her and told her like a lie about me, like, oh, Shardae's in Atlanta doing this, doing that. Mind you, me and her were not friends. We didn't run in the same circle, so there's no way she would have known my business. And he came at me in a way that was like checking me, like, oh, I heard you did this and you did that up here in Atlanta. You be doing this and be doing that. And I'm not gonna lie, I did get offended. I did get offensive. Because when you love somebody, you're expecting for them to have your back, like come to you in a respectful way, and not just come to you like they're pointing a finger, and not check you on something another woman told them they heard. Now, mind you, this other woman was his best friend, but the girl who told her was not his best friend. It was his best friend's friend. So it was just a messy, like, that's something I could not stand, is a messy man. You don't need to be with a man that's going to be putting everybody in your business, going to be questioning you about rumors. Like, that's just not what you need. Our engagement didn't last long. It ended in like January. So we were only engaged for like, from like November to January. Like, that was not long. So that's how long we were engaged. No. He just decided that we should just go from in a relationship to, we should go from being engaged to in a relationship. So I'm like, okay. And what does that mean? Does that mean that we're gonna still work on, are we still getting engaged, or is that just completely thrown out the window? Or like, what's the tea on that? And yeah, he was like, we're still gonna work on it, but I just don't think that we're ready right now. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I had got to a point to where I was just so amped up on marriage. I wasn't even looking at the issues at hand. I'm just like, okay, we're gonna get married, or we're still gonna get married. I was so fixated on that, not even looking at the issues at hand as to what was going on. Chaos. God showing me that this is not the person for me. So he was the type of guy to put everything on Facebook, like every single thing. And when I say everything, it's everything that was pertaining to our relationship. If we were on good terms, if we were on bad terms, you would probably know by the statuses he would make. I remember when we changed our engagement to let's just be back in a relationship, he went on Facebook that same day and like literally changed it from engaged to in a relationship and tagged me in it. Which, I mean, is it really like that serious to go on there and do that? It's like everything he did was for social media. And I'm not saying that we have to fake the funk, like we're still in a relationship if we're not, but like we don't have to put everything on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, I was like, if we break up, he's gonna put it on Facebook the same day. So anyway, y'all, that happened, and things just got like just even more distant between us. Like, I was basically in a relationship with somebody, trying to convince them that I am the prize. Like, you should stay with me. You know, you should never have to be in a relationship and feel like you have to defend or like convince somebody to see why the good catch that you are, or the good woman that you are. You should never have to do that with a man. You know, if he can't see that you're just a good woman to be with, then, you know, you shouldn't have to convince somebody of that. But I just wanted the marriage part so bad, because we had put it on Facebook. Everybody had seen that we were engaged at that point, and I just felt like I was going to be devastated if it didn't work, when he was clearly showing me that he really didn't want the relationship. And I felt like he probably just prolonged it. And kept it as in a relationship for a few months just to have a place to stay with me at the time, because he was working in Atlanta doing security, because you know his military experience got him to like qualify for those jobs, but he didn't want to go back home. So I feel like he was just kind of prolonging the process just to like stay with me. Yeah, we end up before the new year came in, no, when the new year came in, y'all, let me tell you about this, y'all. When the new year came in, I can't remember us going to like the movies or whatever, and us going to like bowling or something, and he was like, oh yeah, I feel like this is gonna work, and I feel like we're gonna be able to make this relationship work. And it was just like BSing me, because when somebody loves you, they're not gonna be double-minded in 1 week feel like, oh, we're good, we're cool, and then the next week be like, I don't know if I can do this no more. Like, bruh, that's not how relationships go. You know, like, but at the time I didn't know he was like stringing me along. And so when New Year's Eve came in, I'm like, okay, we're probably gonna be able to make this work. I know we're not engaged anymore, and I was no longer wearing my ring, but I'm like, you know, he told me he felt like his feelings are coming back. And I know it sounds so silly in hindsight, because I'm older now and I would never deal with no mess like that. But at 26, well, I was 27 then, I honestly was like going along with it because I felt like it was some hope. But it just wasn't meant to be. And like I said, get with somebody that's spiritually yoked with you, because when they're not, that's going to cause division in your relationship. We didn't go to church together and stuff like that. Now that may not be like a really important thing to some people, but for me, you know, I do want to go to church with the person that I'm with, you know. I mean, I know people have work schedules. Sometimes people work on Sundays and stuff like that. But when we have the time, I do want us to go to church. And I don't want to feel like me asking you to go to church is a hassle. And that's how it was. I remember one time we went to church and he completely walked out the service. Like, he completely walked out the service. He was like, I guess he felt like the Bible is whitewashed, or people, pastors just preach stuff for money. I don't know. I just feel like he's just really not a believer, to be honest. I feel like he's not a believer, and he's the type of guy that needs a girl that's really not strong in her faith. And that's not me. At the time, I wasn't strong in my faith. I love God, but I wasn't making him a priority. So we ended up breaking up. And it really crushed me. I'm not gonna act like it didn't crush me. I was completely devastated. And I literally felt like I was gonna die. Have you ever been so hurt you felt like you just were gonna die? That's how I felt, like I'm gonna die. And that was really just depression. Like, I was not gonna die, but that's how I felt. And I can remember wanting to come home and just go to bed and not even want to get up and do anything. That's depression. When you just want to come home and go to bed and not do anything, you guys, that is depression. That is depression. Like, it really, really is. And you should never let somebody like take you to that place of depression. I mean, relationships can be hard, but when you get to the point to where you feel like you want somebody more than they want you, at that point you're not loving yourself, you know. That's just not healthy. Like, love is given and it is received. True love is not just given. True love is received as well as it's given. So I know better now, you know. When I think about my worth and what I deserve, that just was not it. And I think like 2 months after we broke up, he was in a new relationship, and of course I was hurt. Like, my feelings was hurt, y'all. My feelings was hurt, but he had the right to move on. But it was just like so fast, because I felt like we were literally engaged. Like, you moved on that fast from us being engaged. Like you were not at all, like, must have already been over the relationship, because 2 months after you end a whole engagement, you're in a whole new relationship. That was just extremely fast, y'all. So this is what I did to get over it. First of all, I went to therapy. I think I went to therapy for about 2 months. I did maybe like 4 or 5 sessions of therapy. I didn't go that long, but I did go to therapy because I was feeling really depressed. Like, all I wanted to do was get out the bed and took my dog out, go to work, and come home. I wasn't giving my 100% at work. It just really like took a lot out of me with that whole engagement. It really did, because at the end of the day, you can't make somebody want to be in a relationship with you if they don't want to be in a relationship with you. And you shouldn't have to feel like you love somebody more than they love you. When somebody shows you they don't love you, you have to move on with your life. Like, you have to move on. Never try to convince somebody as to why you're so worthy to be in a relationship with them. And I just started praying more, got back into my word, and just realized what like true love was, and learning that that relationship was something that was it wasn't meant for me, and it was toxic for me. It was taking me away from God. This person said they believed in God, but then we really didn't pray together. Didn't want to go to church with me at all, and you know, just really every part of me that I feel like is an asset to a relationship, he really didn't see as valuable. So I just say this to say, if you are going through a breakup, or if you have had a failed engagement, or even like a failed marriage, like, it's gonna be okay. God is gonna have somebody for you that's gonna love you and that's gonna treat you good. Like, that's just a fact. And you don't have to settle for anything less than that. Sometimes you need to go to therapy, because a lot of times we go through these dysfunctional relationships and we don't really understand why. So a therapist can help you understand why you deal with certain type of guys and why you feel like it's okay to be treated a certain type of way. I just put some eyeliner on. When I go to work, I really don't wear lashes, because I try to keep it real simple at work, because I'm in and out doctor's offices all day. But when I do wear lashes, I wear the Bossy Collection lashes, and I like to wear a natural lash at work. So I don't wear lashes to work, but if I do, these are the lashes that I would wear, and they are $10 from the Bossy Collection. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, sometimes I will put on a red lip. Like, I really will, honey. I will throw a red lip on at work, okay? I will. I work like on the corporate side of healthcare, and I work from home some parts of the day, but most of the day I'm out in the field going to different doctor's offices. So yeah, I like to keep it cute. But this is a nice neutral lip. Yeah, so for work, this is most definitely something that I would wear. One last thing that I'll do is I like to kind of like fade out my eyebrows so they look natural. So I just kind of like fade them out like this so they don't look so pointed on the ends. This is my work face, y'all. This is like a natural, didn't do too much face, put a natural neutral color in the crease of my eyes, light blush, nothing too serious. Yeah, and that's just what I do for my work makeup. But yeah, I hope this video was like helpful, or if somebody is going through a breakup, girl, I've been there, done that, but God is so good. I'm in a healthy relationship now with a man that absolutely adores me, and I adore him too. So it's not the end, honey. When something does not work, that just means it wasn't for you, and God has promises for us. If one relationship doesn't work and you're hurt, give yourself time to get over it. Go to therapy if you're depressed. Get in your word, pray. Get yourself around friends that are going to uplift you, and I promise you, sis, you're going to get out of it and you're going to be okay. You're not going to be stuck in that thing forever, honey, okay? No, you're not. I will see y'all in the next upload.